Good afternoon. This is All India Radio and I am Valsa Williams with the Midday News. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to address sessions on environment, climate and oceans at G7 summit in Biarrtiz, France. Holds bilateral talks with President of Senegal. Prime Minister to hold bilateral talks with German Chancellor Angela Merkel and United States President Donald Trump on the sidelines of the summit. Union Home Minister reviews security situation in Left Wing Extremism affected areas. Supreme Court refuses to entertain Congress leader P Chidambaram's plea in CBI case against dismissal of anticipatory bail in INX media case. Manipur police seize drugs worth 400 crore rupees in the international market. And in tennis, last Grand Slam of the season, US Open, begins in New York this evening. Prime Minister Narendra Modi met the President of Senegal, Macky Sall, and held bilateral talks on the sidelines of the G7 summit at Biarrtiz a short while ago. Mr. Modi will now participate in the session on climate, biodiversity and oceans, raising India's concerns on the emerging issues. Earlier, the Prime Minister had expressed happiness, saying that the issues relating to climate change are going to be discussed at the G7 summit.
Biodiversity हो, climate change हो, cooling और गैस के issues हो, इन सभी विषयों पर भारत सदियों से, परंपरा से, संस्कृति से, संस्कार से प्रकृति के साथ तालमेल करके ही जीने के पक्षकार रहा है। प्रकृति का विनाश कभी भी मानव कल्याण के लिए उपकारक नहीं हो सकता है और उस विषय का इनिशिएटिव इस G7 समिट में जब हो रहा है तब भारत को और खुशी के लिए ये पल है।
Mr. Modi will also participate during another session on digital technology later. The Prime Minister will then meet the German Chancellor Angela Merkel and United States President Donald Trump to discuss bilateral and a gamut of issues of mutual interest. India is one of the few countries which was extended a special invitation to participate in the summit. World leaders in the summit aim to provide a common platform for various issues, including climate change, terrorism, inequalities, and trade amidst changing scenario in world trade and blocs. The highlight of the summit is that newly invited countries will have a definite determination to work for furthering peace and stability in the region and also in boosting world economy. A report from our correspondent.
The G7 countries will engage with each other to resolve to fight against inequalities and have fruitful discussions on protecting climate and biodiversity by emphasizing the enhancement of climate action and the development of effective coalitions capable of transforming production and consumption. The discussions will also include generating international momentum to amend legislation and act to combat violence, foster economic empowerment. The summit will also dwell on the existing inequalities through discussions in bringing coordination on tax issues, access to social protection, trade policy and corporate social responsibility. With Sushil Chandra Tiwari, Joy, AIR News, reporting from Biarrtiz, France.
Earlier, the G7 leaders vowed to help Brazil fight the Amazon forest fires and repair damage in the region. French President Emmanuel Macron said the summit leaders are nearing an agreement on how to support Brazil. He said the agreement will involve both technical and financial mechanisms so that G7 nations can help them in the most effective way possible. Union Home Minister Amit Shah is presently holding a review meeting in New Delhi on the security situation in Left Wing Extremism LWE affected areas and development initiatives being undertaken there. Chief Ministers of Left Wing Extremism affected states are taking part in the meeting. Apart from them, Union Ministers and Secretaries of several ministries, senior officials of Home Ministry and security agencies are also participating in the meeting. Chief Secretary and Director General of Police of LWE affected states are also present. The last 5 years have seen a significant improvement in the LWE scenario across the country. There has been substantial decrease in LWE-related violence since 2016. As per latest Home Ministry data, the number of violent incidents have reduced by 43% and resultant deaths by 61% during the last 5 years as compared to the preceding 5-year period from 2009 to 13. Petroleum and Natural Gas Minister Dharmendra Pradhan today said India will have 10,000 CNG stations in the next 5 years. Speaking at a function in New Delhi, Mr. Pradhan suggested auto companies to retrofit vehicles with CNG to boost sales. He said, till 2050, India's incremental energy needs will be primarily met by CNG. The minister said, India will aim to lead electronic vehicle technology and won't shift to lithium import dependence. The Supreme Court today refused to entertain Congress leader P Chidambaram's plea challenging the dismissal of his anticipatory bail in a corruption case lodged by the Central Bureau of Investigation in the INX media case. The apex court said his petition has become infructuous as Chidambaram has already been arrested by the CBI. A bench comprising Justices R. Bhanumati and A.S. Bopanna said Chidambaram is at liberty to seek remedy in accordance with the law. Chidambaram, whose CBI custody is ending today, will be produced before the trial court, where the agency can further seek his custody. The Central Board of Indirect Taxes and Customs has compulsorily retired 22 senior officers of the rank of superintendent and AO over corruption and other charges. An official release said the decision is in line with Prime Minister Narendra Modi's Independence Day speech recently. Earlier, 27 high-ranking Indian Revenue Service officers, including 12 officers from Central Board of Direct Taxes, were compulsorily retired under Fundamental Rule 56J earlier in June this year. The Special Protection Group SPG protection given to former Prime Minister Dr. Manmohan Singh has been withdrawn following a review by multiple security agencies. The official said Dr. Singh will continue to get Z+ security. The government's decision had been conveyed to Dr. Singh. A Home Ministry official said the current security cover review is a periodic and professional exercise based on threat perception that is purely based on professional assessment by security agencies. This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on Twitter at AIR News Alerts. In Manipur, an international drug smuggler and 3 others have been arrested by the police, along with World Is Yours WY tablets worth 400 crore rupees in the international market. Speaking to media persons yesterday evening, Thaubal District Superintendent of Police S. Ibomcha Singh said the police team picked up a mini truck along with its driver at Inter-Village Road IVR at Podel Kerambi Mathak Lekai. He also said 40 lakh WY tablets were found hidden inside carpet rolls during the search. The estimated value of the seized tablets is around 400 crore rupees in the international market. The SP further said the detained international drug smuggler has been identified as Chor Naing, alias Abdul Rahim from Rangoon in Myanmar. He said Abdul Rahim runs his drug smuggling operation in Myanmar, India, China and some other countries. Manipur police has also arrested 2 other persons from Yaripok in Thaibal district in connection with the drug smuggling case. In Jammu and Kashmir, the situation remained normal today with no untoward incident reported from anywhere so far. The daytime restrictions have been eased in most of the police stations in the Kashmir Valley. According to official sources, daytime restrictions have been lifted from 69 police stations out of 111 in the Kashmir Valley. Meanwhile, 2 youths were arrested in the early hours today for allegedly throwing stones at a truck in South Kashmir's Anantnag district, killing the driver of the vehicle. A team of Minority Affairs Ministry will be on a 2-day visit to Kashmir from tomorrow to identify the areas to implement central government's development projects. Talking to AIR, Minority Affairs Minister Mukhtar Abbas Naqvi said due to Article 370 and other reasons, several developmental projects could not reach the people of Jammu and Kashmir, and the team will assess the need for opening schools, colleges, skill development centres, hospitals and other facilities for the development of J&K and Ladakh. He said the team will prepare a comprehensive report on possibilities of socio-economic development projects in the region.
अभी टीम ये कश्मीर जा रही है, फिर जम्मू जाएगी, फिर लद्दाख जाएगी और ये पूरे के पूरा एक कंप्लीट एक योजना बनाएगी ताकि किन किन जगहों पर क्या क्या कार्यक्रम प्राथमिकता के आधार पर होना चाहिए ताकि इस जम्मू कश्मीर और लद्दाख के लोगों को मजबूती के साथ प्रगति की धारा में शामिल किया जा सके।
Bahujan Samaj Party BSP Supremo Mayawati today questioned the decision of opposition leaders led by former Congress President Rahul Gandhi to visit Jammu and Kashmir without permission from local authorities. In a series of tweets, Ms. Mayawati said it will take time for things to turn normal in Jammu and Kashmir after the scrapping of its special status granted by Article 370. Reiterating her party's support to the abrogation of provisions of Article 370, the BSP chief said the Congress and other opposition leaders should have waited for the situation to become normal in the valley. She said even the court has observed that it is better to wait a bit. In tennis, US Open, the final Grand Slam event of the season, begins in New York this evening. World number 1 Novak Djokovic and 5-time champion Roger Federer will open their campaigns in Flushing Meadows. Defending champion Djokovic will be aiming to earn his 70th victory at the hard court Grand Slam, whereas Djokovic is also bidding to become the first man since Roger Federer in 2008 to win back-to-back titles at this event. Former champion Stan Wawrinka will face Jannik Sinner in the opening night session match. India's Prajnesh Gunneswaran will face Daniil Medvedev of Russia in men's singles, while three Indians, Leander Paes, Rohan Bopanna and David Charan, are featured in the men's doubles category. Sensex at the Bombay Stock Exchange climbed 631 points to trade above 37,000 mark at 37,332. Nifty at the National Stock Exchange was also up to trade beyond the 11,000 level, gaining 175 points at 11,005. However, the rupee at the forex market depreciated by 31 paise to around 71 rupees and 97 paise against the US dollar in afternoon deals. The News Services Division of All India Radio in its weekly bilingual live phone-in program Public Speak will bring you a discussion tonight on awareness about Motor Vehicle Act and FASTag. This can be heard on FM Gold channel and additional frequencies from 9:30 p.m. Listeners can ask questions to the experts sitting in our studio on toll-free telephone number 1-800-115767. Repeat, 1-800-115767. You can also ask questions on telephone number 011-2331-4444. Repeat, 011-2331-4444, and post queries on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts by hashtag AskAIR. This program is also available on Doordarshan DTH. In the Democratic Republic of Congo, a coalition government was announced today, 7 months after the inauguration of new President Felix Tshisekedi. Prime Minister Sylvester Ilunga said the president has signed the decree and the government will begin work soon. He was talking to reporters before the members of the new government were announced by the presidency's spokesman. The power-sharing agreement will see 23 members of the executive drawn from Tshisekedi's Direction for Change and the remaining 42 from former President Joseph Kabila's Common Front for Congo. Mr. Tshisekedi emerged victorious in elections that marked the Democratic Republic of Congo's first peaceful transition of power since the mineral-rich nation gained independence from Belgium. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to address sessions on environment, climate and oceans at G7 summit in Biarrtiz, France. Holds bilateral talks with President of Senegal. Prime Minister to hold bilateral talks with German Chancellor Angela Merkel and United States President Donald Trump on the sidelines of the summit. Union Home Minister reviews security situation in left-wing extremism affected areas. Supreme Court refuses to entertain Congress leader P Chidambaram's plea in CBI case against dismissal of anticipatory bail in INX Media case. Manipur police seized drugs worth 400 crore rupees in the international market. And in tennis, last Grand Slam of the season, US Open begins in New York this evening. And with that, we end the midday news.